Hello everyone, myself Dr. Harisankar Singh. In the last videos, we have discussed about the transmission line and their characteristics. So now, in this video and onwards, we will discuss about the parallel plate waveguide. So basically, a waveguide is a hollow conducting tube to transmit electromagnetic waves. In fact, any system of conductors and insulator for conveying electromagnetic waves could be called as waveguide. But it is customary that specially constructed hollow metallic pipes are usually referred to as waveguide. The waveguide provide an alternative to the transmission lines for transmission of electrical energy at the microwave frequency. Just as transmission lines are used at the low frequency, whereas waveguides are used at the high frequency such as microwave and above, because they are relatively much less lossy in comparison to the transmission lines. Any configuration of the electric and magnetic fields that exist inside the waveguide must be a solution of Maxwell field equation. Besides, these fields must also satisfy the boundary condition imposed by the walls of waveguides. There can be no tangential component of electric fields at the wall of waveguides if the walls are perfect conductor. Just as open conductor, parallel wire and coaxial lines are most common transmission lines. In this video, we will be discussing about the parallel plate waveguide in more details. We will apply the boundary condition to find the field equations, and also we will calculate the waveguide parameters such as cutoff frequency, phase constant and characteristics impedance. So let's start. Parallel plates waveguide consists of two parallel metal sheets as given in the figure. It is also known as planar transmission line. Its popular use for transmitting the differential signal around a circuit. The field will be confined within the two parallel conducting plates. These differential lines exhibit common mode rejection for the noise immunity. Here two conducting plates are placed at y is equal to 0 and y is equal to d, and within these conducting plates material is filled having permeability mu and permittivity epsilon. In this video, we will analyze parallel plate waveguide for TE mode, that is transverse electric mode. Transverse means field always be perpendicular to the propagation direction. In this, parallel plate waveguide is considered where it is infinite in the x direction and we need to study the propagation of wave in the z direction. So according to this structure, we will have assumption as del by del z is equal to 0, but del by del x and del by del y will not be 0. And the wave is TE mode, so we will have Ez is equal to 0 because Ez component will always be transverse in the nature. That means it will be perpendicular to the direction of propagation. Therefore, we will have only magnetic field component along the direction of propagation. Therefore, Hz will not be equal to 0. And we know that wave equation is that del square H minus Kc square H is equal to 0. And in the Cartesian coordinate system, after opening the Laplacian operator, we will have del square H by del x square plus del square H by del y square plus del square H by del z square minus Kc square H is equal to 0. And according to the assumption and putting the value of this factor into the wave equation, we will find as del square Hz by del x square plus del square Hz by del y square minus Kc square Hz is equal to 0, where Kc square is equal to k square minus beta square, and Kc is the wave number and k is defined as k square is equal to omega square mu epsilon. Now, after solving the wave equation using Maxwell equation, we will have the different field component of electric and magnetic field. After solving the wave equation, we will have Hx as minus j beta divided by Kc square del Hz by del x, and we will have Hy component as minus j beta divided by kc square del hz by del y. And electric field component in the x direction is equal to minus j omega mu divided by kc square del hz by del y, and electric field along the y direction is j omega mu divided by kc square del hz by del x, where Ez is equal to 0 because it is in the transverse into the direction of propagation. And assuming that waveguide is uniform in the direction of x, therefore del by del x is equal to 0, and Laplacian of that is del square by del x square will also be 0. Therefore our wave equation will be reduced in the form of del square hz by del y square minus kc square hz is equal to 0. The general solution to the governing of this equation, we will have hz is equal to a sin kcy plus b cos kcy. And this is the general solution of wave equation, which is reduced after putting the value of del by del x is equal to 0. The electric field must be 0 at the plates, either top or bottom. Therefore, the solution is in the terms of magnetic fields. We must write the equation in terms of electric field to find the value of constant of the general solution. So, the only component of electric field is tangential to the interface is Ex. That means the only tangential component of electric field exists at the interface of metals. And we have calculated the electric field component along the x direction after solving the wave equation and Maxwell equation. We have found Ex is equal to minus j omega mu by kc square del by del y hz. And the general solution of hz we have already calculated, that is a sin kcy plus b cos kcy. After putting the value of hz in the Ex component, we will have Ex, and Ex is equal to minus j omega mu divided by kc a cos kcy minus b sin kcy. Because differentiation of sine with respect to y, we will have cos kcy, and differentiation of cos with respect to y, we will have minus sin kcy. Now we will apply the boundary condition for the top plates and the bottom plates to find the constant. So the first boundary condition is that Ex x0 is equal to 0. That means for the bottom plate, that is y is equal to 0, the electric field must be 0. Therefore Ex x0 is equal to 0. Here y is equal to 0. That shows we are applying the boundary condition for the bottom plates. So after applying the boundary condition, we will get Ex x0 is equal to minus j omega mu divided by kc a, because component of V constant will be 0 because sine 0 is 0. So after solving this equation, we will have a is equal to 0. That means first constant we have found as 0. Now we will apply the second boundary condition, that is for the top plates, that is placed at y is equal to d. Now putting the value of Ex xd is equal to 0, where the electric field at the top plates will also be 0, which is located at y is equal to d. Therefore we can already have the value of a. After putting the value of a and Ex xd is equal to 0, we will have Ex xd is equal to minus j omega mu divided by kc in bracket minus b sin kc d. So from this equation, we cannot choose b is equal to 0 because that would lead to the trivial solution. Therefore, the sine term must be 0 at y is equal to d. If this will be 0, then we can write sin kc d is equal to 0. If this is 0, to satisfy this condition, we have to write kc d is equal to n pi, where n varies from 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. And n cannot be chosen as 0 because that would force the entire field to be 0. So this is not a valid solution. So that's why n will be vary from 1, 2, 3 and so on. So from this solution, we will have cutoff wave number, that is Kc is equal to n pi by d, where n is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on. Now recall the definition of cutoff wave number to solve the phase constant beta. So we know that Kc square is equal to k square minus beta square. After solving, we will have phase constant beta is equal to square root k square minus kc square. And we have already calculated kc by applying the boundary condition. Therefore, we will have phase constant beta is equal to square root of k square minus n pi by d whole square, where n varies from 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Now, we see that we have infinite number of discrete solutions where the order of the modes is n. That means n number of mode can propagate within the parallel plate waveguide. So for the n mode, the phase constant can be written as Bn, and this will be equal to square root of k square minus n pi by d whole square, where n varies from 1, 2, 3 and so on. And in the latter part, I will discuss why n is equal to 0 is not exist for the TE mode. So we have calculated the general solution of Hz as a sin kcy plus b cos kcy, and applying the boundary condition, we have calculated a is equal to 0 and kc is equal to n pi by d. After putting the value of a and kc into the general solution, we will have final solution of field in the z direction, that is Hzxy is equal to bn cos n pi y by d. And the wave is traveling in the z direction, so this is the forward traveling wave. We can write Hzxyz is equal to bn cos n pi y by d e to the power minus j beta n z. So this is the final solution of Hz, and therefore we can have other field component along the x, y and z direction of electric field and magnetic field. So we know that after solving the wave equation, we have Hx is equal to minus j beta by kc square del by del x hz. And after putting the value of hz and differentiate with respect to s, we will find the hx component. And after solving this, we will have hx is equal to 0, because differentiation of hz component with respect to x, we will have 0. There are no any term that function of x. And similarly, we can calculate the hy, which we have already calculated from the wave equation, that is j beta divided by kc square del hz by del y. And after putting the value of hz and differentiate with respect to y, we will have hy is equal to j beta kc bn sin n pi y by d e to the power minus j beta nz. And we can calculate ex. We have already calculated ex is equal to minus j omega mu divided by kc square del hz by del y. And after putting the value of hz, differentiate with respect to y, we will have ex is equal to j omega mu divided by kc bn sin n pi y by d e to the power minus j beta n z. When we will differentiate with respect to y, we will have kc sin n pi y by d, and kc will be cancelled out, the sin term will remain there, so that's why the whole term is same, and cos differentiation will be minus sign, so minus minus will be plus, so that's why we are getting j omega mu divided by kc bn sin n pi y by d e to the power minus j beta n z. And similarly, we can calculate ey component, and we know that ey is equal to j omega mu divided by kc square del hz by del x. After putting the value of hz and differentiate with respect to s, we will have ey is equal to 0. And electric field is in the transverse direction, so electric field is always 0 along the z direction. Now we know that why TE0 mode not propagate in the parallel plate waveguide. To know this situation, we have to put n is equal to 0 for all the field component, where T is 0, 0 denotes that 0 order mode will propagate in the parallel wave, and T is 0 signifies that the propagation of T mode is 0. Therefore, we can put n is equal to 0 in the field components, and we have to calculate all the fields component. After solving these field components, we have Hx is equal to 0, Hy is equal to 0, and we have found Hz is equal to Bn e to the power minus j beta nz, and Ex is equal to 0, Ey is equal to 0, and Ez is equal to 0. That means we only have one component, that is Hz, and all remaining components are 0. Therefore, it is not a physical solution to provide a wave propagation condition inside the parallel waveguide. Therefore, T0 mode will not propagate inside the parallel plate waveguide. Now, we have to calculate the different characteristics parameter for TE mode in the parallel plate waveguide. So, first is the cutoff frequency. For the calculation of cutoff frequency, we already calculated the phase constant, that is beta is equal to square root of k square minus n pi by d whole square, where n varies from 1 to 3 and so on. And phase constant becomes imaginary when kc is greater than k, and values of n that cause this condition correspond to modes that are cut off. And these are still modes, but they decay quickly so that they are almost never used. So to satisfy the condition that can at least propagate within the parallel waveguide, we have to k square is equal to kc square. So kc square can be written as omega square root of mu epsilon, and this is equal to n pi by d. And after putting the value of omega c in terms of frequency, we can write as 2 pi fc square root of mu epsilon is equal to n pi by d, and after solving this, we will have fc is equal to n divided by 2d square root of mu epsilon. And again we have to solve this, and we have to find fc is equal to kc divided by 2 pi square root of mu epsilon. And this is the cutoff frequency for TE n mode, where n varies from 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. N is equal to 0 does not exist because TE0 mode will not propagate in the parallel plate waveguide, which we have already discussed in the earlier discussion. Now we have to calculate the characteristics impedance. For the TE mode, characteristics impedance is defined as Ex divided by Hy, or you can say minus of Ey divided by Hx. So after putting the value of Ex and Hy, we have to find the value of characteristics impedance. So after putting the value of Ex and Hy, we have find characteristics impedance for TE mode is omega mu divided by beta, or in other terms we can write eta k divided by beta. And for the field visualization, we have to plot here three figures for TE1 mode, TE2 mode and TE3 mode. Here 1, 2, 3 shows that number of half wave variation along the direction of propagation. And in this analysis, we have considered that wave is propagating along the z direction, so the variation of half wave will lies along the z direction. So you can see for the T1 mode, so half wave will be there, and it can be seen quarter wave for the top plate and quarter wave at the bottom plate. Whereas in the TE2 modes, the two half wave variation will be there along the z direction. So you can see here the one half wave variation in between that, and the quarter wave variation at the top plate and quarter wave variation at the bottom plates. So total two half wave variation is appearing along the z direction. Whereas in the T3 mode, the three half wave variation will be there. So you can see in this figure two half wave variation in between the parallel plate waveguide along the z direction, and the quarter wave variation at the bottom and quarter wave variation at the top plate. So total half wave variation is 3 along the direction of propagation, that is z. And this is the summary of TE analysis. We have found the different electric and magnetic field for the TE mode. So we have found EX component, HY component and HZ component, and all other remaining component are 0. And in the TE mode, T0 mode does not exist, and T1 is the lowest order mode for the TE mode in parallel plate waveguide. And we have calculated phase constant as beta is equal to square root of k square minus n pi by d whole square, where n varies from 1 to 3 and so on. And cutoff frequency we have to find here. FCN is equal to n divided by 2d square root of mu epsilon. And characteristics impedance for TE mode is that ZT is equal to eta k divided by beta. So this is all about the TE mode analysis for the parallel plate waveguide, and in the next video we will discuss the TM mode analysis for the parallel plate waveguide. Stay tuned with me to learn about the electromagnetic field theory. So thank you for watching this video.